So from today I'm going to start DBMS, Database Management System. This is the first video, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the basics of DBMS, means the basic terms we will use in the entire subject, right? That is, what is data, what is information, what is database, what is DBMS, what is Database Management System, and what is database system, right? As well as we will see why it is better to use DBMS and when it is better to use file system. Obviously some difference of file system and DBMS. A proper video I'll make on the difference of file system and DBMS, right, and I'll upload after this video. Fine. In this video we'll discuss the basics, and as well as we will see the applications of DBMS and some examples of DBMS, right? Now the first term is, what is data? Here, see, I am discussing these terms in the context of this subject, in the context of database management system. Although maybe these terms are having different, may have different definitions on net, but in this context, in the context of DBMS, I am discussing these terms, right? So now first of all, what is data? I guess everybody know these are facts, or you can say some raw material that can be the facts that can be recorded, and the data can be in the form of these facts, or you can say these facts that you are going to record or that can be recorded by someone. Those can be stored in the form of text, maybe numbers or videos. You are watching this video, like, right, this is also data. Speech, maybe some images. So these facts can be recorded in the form of these, right? If video or speech or some audio, you can say audio files also can be there. So these comes under, you can say, multimedia data, and this is what text and numbers, you can say it's a traditional data. Fine. Now here you should know what is the importance of this data. See, let us take one example of Flipkart. Is Flipkart is having any goods that he is selling? No. Third party is going to sell goods through Flipkart. Flipkart is not having its own goods, right? You can take example of Ola and Uber. Ola and Uber are having their own taxis or cabs? No. They are just managing the data, right? They have the data and they are just managing the data. So that is the importance of data, and from that data they are making millions and billions, right? So nowadays you can say if somebody has a large amount of data, right, so he or she can make millions and billions of rupees from that data. And sometimes you have noticed that when you open a shopping site, then they suggest you the products. How they are going to suggest you? Because they have recorded what you have seen. According to that, they are going to suggest you the product similar to that product you have viewed, right? So means what? They are having the data, na? They are having the information about you. Fine. So based on this data or this information also, they know everything about you. Maybe or maybe in coming few years they'll know everything about you, like what are your hobbies, what is your favorite color, in which month you do shopping, or you can say more shopping, right? And based on that they'll send you messages. Fine. So this data is a worth of millions and billions, right? So data is very important nowadays. Fine. Now next is what? Database. So database is a what? It is a collection of related data. Fine. Why I am saying related data? That thing I'll tell you now. Now why this related data? See, suppose here I am writing in the data I have age of a person, that is 25 years. Fine. Another data I have is price of a car, suppose 5 lakhs. Next I have list of software companies. But the data, although I have the data and the data is present, right, it is a collection of data, but it is not a collection of related data. So we cannot say that it is a database, right? So database means what? It should be a collection of related data, so that we can solve our problem using that database, right? Database should be used to solve some problems. Suppose you can take example of in universities. they have collection of related data, means data of regarding the faculty, regarding the students, like this. Fine. In hospitals you can say regarding the list of doctors, nurse, patients, something like this. So data is what? Related, so that you can solve, you can perform some queries on that database and you can solve your problem. Fine. So database is what? It is a collection of related data, and the proper definition is what? That represent some real world entities, real world objects, you can say. Now what is entity? Entity means it's a real world object. In detail I'll discuss about entities when we'll discuss ER diagram. Fine. So the proper definition of database is what? It is a collection of related data that represents some real world entities, and if the changes are there in the real world entities, then that changes should be reflected on database. Fine. Now let us take example of suppose you have newspaper. Obviously newspaper is having collection of related data, but we cannot say that it is a database, right? Because that it should represent some real world entities, and if there is some change in real world entities, obviously then that should be reflected in the database. Suppose I am taking an example of a database of university. There on the website of any university you will suppose find a tab for faculty, and when you will click on the faculty, then you can see the faculties of that university. Suppose I want to see the faculties of computer science and engineering. There you go to all the list or profile of all the faculties. But suppose if someone has left the college, then that should be updated, na? They'll delete that faculty profile from the website, right? If they have recruited some new faculties, then they'll add their profile in their database. Fine. Or somewhere you can say, if someone is unmarried and after that he or she got married, then that should also be reflected in the database, right? In some examples I am taking. So if change in real world entities, then that should be reflected in database. Fine. See here, real world entities or objects may be a student, person, or any employee, or bank account, something like this. Bank account is a logical thing, and student and employee, these are physical things. Fine. So now next is what? One, we have information. Now how this information is different from data? See, this information is what? It is a processed or meaningful data. We extract information from the data. So you can take one example, like obviously YouTube is having these videos, you are watching these videos. This is a database, right? Multimedia database, you can say. Fine. Now what is data and information? If you want to search the videos of DBMS, suppose tomorrow you have exam on DBMS and you want the videos on DBMS. Now on YouTube we have different millions of videos, so that is data for you. Out of those videos, the DBMS videos are information for you. Fine. So that is difference between data and information. We cannot say, maybe someone is having exam of data structure. So for that person, the information is what? The videos of DSA, data structure, and all the other videos are just data, right? So it depends. Maybe for one person this is data, and maybe for another person this is information, right? So it depends on the requirement of that person. Based on that you can define what is data and what is information. In general we cannot say that this is data and this is information. It depends. Fine. Now next is DBMS. Now before going to DBMS, let us take one example. Database. Suppose I want to collect some data, means I have 10 friends and I want to record the phone number of those 10 friends. Means suppose X, Y, Z, or 10 friends I have, and this is the phone number of P1, P2, P3, all my friends. So obviously this is collection of related data, na? So this is what? A database. Now where or how you can store this database? Simple example is, maybe on this board only I can write the name of 10 friends and I can write the phone number. Second case, maybe I buy a diary and there I can write the phone numbers. Suppose here I am storing phone number as well as age and address. So this is a database. Suppose I have 1000 friends or 2000, 5000 friends. In that case, obviously I cannot write on a board, I cannot purchase a diary and I can write there. Obviously I can write there, but what are the other drawbacks? I'll tell you that thing also. Now third, maybe we can use a computer and there I can make a notepad file, wordpad file, and there I can record all the phone numbers of 1000 friends. Now here the problem is what? If you want to search a phone number of any one person, then you have to do manually, right? And if I have 1000 friends, then that would be very difficult to search phone number of a particular person manually, right? Now as I guess you know that using a C program, by writing a C program you can access a notepad file. If you want to access a file, then you can write a C program and you can access that file. But here also the problem is what? For accessing that notepad file, you need to know the location of that file. Fine? Where that file has been stored, in which drive, in which directory or subdirectory, what is that name of that file, and as well as some file formats you need to know. So here you can say we have a accessing problem. For accessing the data, for accessing the file, you need to know the location of the file and some file formats, right? Fine. But nowadays we are using client server architecture everywhere. Means here we have one server and the users are all around the world. We don't even know the location of the file we are going to access. Fine. And obviously it is not a good idea and it is not feasible to know the location of the file which you want to access, because files and database, these files are at the remote location nowadays. Now see, if you are accessing a video on the YouTube, then do you know the location of that video? Do you need to mention the location of that video? You just write down the name of that topic or the video, or maybe you can say the name of that channel and you will got the playlist of that channel. You will get all the videos. You don't know the location, right? That is what you can say a beauty of DBMS, using DBMS, that we will discuss later. Fine. Now next case, maybe suppose I have this database and I want to show this database to someone else. I want to send this file to someone else, but I don't want to show the phone number. I want to hide this phone number. Then how can you do this? Maybe one step can be, you can write down a C program and there you can create another file from where you have deleted this phone number, and you can create another file and you can show that file to your friend. Now maybe to your another friend you want to show this file, but to that friend you don't want to show the age of your friends. Then you need to create another file, you need to write down a C program, you need to create another file. From that file you can delete the age and you can show this file to your friend. Now basically you have created 3 files. One is this one is not having phone number, one is not having any age. Now what's the point of storing 3 files having same data? This means redundancy, redundant data you are storing. This is just a wastage of space. Fine. You are not optimizing the memory, you are not optimizing the storage here. So that is a very big problem in file system. And here also, because of this, you have multiple files of this. Because of this only, one problem is what? Inconsistency. Now this problem is what? Redundancy. Because of this redundancy, or you can say that duplicate data. Fine. Same data is stored in multiple files. That is known as data redundancy. Fine. That is a problem of file system. So because of redundancy, next problem may be inconsistency. Inconsistency means, now you have 3 files. Now suppose I want to update phone number, or I want to update suppose address of one friend. Now there you need to update the address in 3 files. Suppose you obviously manually you need to update address in 3 files. Fine. Now suppose you have updated address in 2 files and you are left with 1 file. Then that is inconsistency, because in same friend, suppose Z is from Gurgaon, right, and now he has shifted from Gurgaon to Delhi. Now I have updated in this file and in another file also, but in third file still the address is Gurgaon. So that would be a problem. That is what inconsistency of data, right? And this would be a problem. Obviously that would be a problem if you are using file system and there is huge amount of data, large amount of database you have. In that case it is very difficult to manage that database manually. Fine. So that would be a problem definitely. So here see, the user is responsible for managing the database. The user is directly contacting the database, directly accessing the database, right? So now this could be a scenario here. If you are using a DBMS, database management system, in that case user will interact with DBMS and DBMS will interact with database. So in this case user is not having any information about the database, where the file is stored, what is the file format, something like this. So here if you are using a DBMS and you don't want to show the phone number, then you simply need to write a query and you can create a view and you can show the result to the another user, another person. Fine. So in DBMS security is more on the database, and in file system security problem is also there. Accessing problem is also there. Manually the searching would be very difficult. Searching problem is there if the database is large. So what is DBMS now? Database management system. As the name say, it is a system who is going to manage the database, right? So how to manage the database? Obviously it is having some programs, or you can say some software tools. Through using those programs or tools it is managing the database. So now what does this management of data means? Management means DBMS is responsible for definition of that data, means which type of data, which type of database actually you are creating, right? In that database which type of data you are storing. Fine. Obviously we will see that thing also later. After that, construction of database, or you can say development of database. Fine. After that you can say manipulation of database, means manipulation means updation of database, deletion of something, insertion of something, something like this, right? So management means definition, or you can say construction and manipulation of data in the database, right? So that is DBMS. It is a set of programs, or you can say it is a software tool. Now it's not like that if you have one type of DBMS that can access all the type of data, because data is obviously traditional data is also there, multimedia data is also there. Fine. So it is not like that one DBMS can access all the type of data, right? So DBMS also varies depending on the data you want to access. So here you can say database plus DBMS, right? That complete package is known as database system. Which data you are accessing, which type of, or based on that thing which type of DBMS you are using. This complete package is known as database system, right? And here one more important point is what? See, data may or may not be useful, but information is always useful. So now see, if suppose I have 10 friends and this data, the data of 10 friends I want to store, I want to manage, then is it a good idea to use DBMS for this thing? No. So DBMS should come into picture when you are dealing with a large amount of data, right? If we are using DBMS for handling only the data of 10 friends, then it would be not a good idea, obviously. So if you are asked that what is need of DBMS or what is purpose of DBMS, then simply you can say that for handling large amount of data. See, if you are dealing with a large amount of data, then what is the priority? How to store that data, means storage of that data plus retrieval of that data. Two important points. Fine. Storage means the data should be stored such that it take less amount of space. Means there should not be any redundancy in the data. You cannot store duplicate data. That you need to take care, right? Second thing is, if large amount of data is there, then how to retrieve data, how to access that data, how to search something from that data, right? That should be optimized, and storage also should be optimized. Suppose if a faculty, a CSE faculty is there and he or she is taking a lecture in EC department as well. So it's not like that all the information of that faculty is stored in CSC department as well as in EC department. Obviously in one database at one place only the information of that faculty is going to be stored, right? Now what are the applications of DBMS? Where it is used, in which field? In almost every field DBMS has been used, like you can say in airlines, in railways, in telecommunication, in finance, in accounting system, in medical, everywhere there is use of DBMS. There is no such field where we are not using DBMS, right? If this is a case, if such field you know, then you can tell me in the comment box. Now here one more term is RDBMS. Mainly this is the subject. We will deal with RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Now why RDBMS? Because in this case the data is stored in the form of tables or relations. Relations, you can say relations are also known as tables. So data is stored in the form of tables, and the tables are having some relationship among them. One table is related to another table, means these relations, they are having relations. That is why it is known as Relational Database Management System, right? So we will discuss RDBMS only. Fine. See, DBMS is what? Their data can be stored in hierarchical form. Now how RDBMS is different from DBMS? Can I say that every RDBMS is a DBMS? Yes, you can say. You can draw it something like this. Every RDBMS is a DBMS, but it is not true that every DBMS must be an RDBMS, because in this case data may be stored in hierarchical form. That thing also we will discuss, types of database management system, right? So basically we will deal in this subject, we will deal with RDBMS. We are going to deal with the tables, means data is stored in the form of tables, means like this. We are having some rows and columns, and suppose you have 2 or 3 tables, then each table is having some relationship among them, right? That thing we will discuss one by one in later videos. So I guess this is enough for the introduction of DBMS. In the next video we will discuss DBMS, we will compare DBMS with file system, right? So now I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.